A second 100 of the season from Will Jefferson put Leicestershire well on top at the halfway stage of their latest LV County Championship match at Grace Road against Derbyshire, and this is the best of the second day action. Derbyshire have already beaten Leicestershire by an innings this season, and they were hoping to add considerably to their overnight first day score of 238 for 5 when play resumed, and they looked well capable of doing that as Dan Redfern and Luke Sutton continued their 6th wicket stand, which had already posted 64 runs. There seemed to be few problems as they took the total to 270. But Matthew Hoggard regained the initiative for his side by first trapping Redfern in front for 71, and then getting another positive decision when he struck the pad of Jonathan Clare in his next over. He then added the wicket of Azim Rafiq on a month's loan from Yorkshire, who he bowled for 6 as Derbyshire slumped to 280 for 8. Sutton at least became the third visiting batsman to record a half-century in the innings. That pull shot gave him his 6th 4 in a knock lasting 155 balls. Like Wayne Madsen and Redfern before him, Sutton, though, couldn't go on, and he edged Claude Henderson to Jefferson before Nathan Buck wrapped up the innings. Derbyshire were all out for 305 with 4 wickets apiece to Hoggard and Henderson. The Leicestershire openers, Jefferson and Tom New, given a chance at the top of the order because of injuries, saw their side through to lunch and then started to make serious inroads into that total. Jefferson, who'd already struck 112 against Glamorgan this summer before missing a couple of one-day games with a thigh injury, again looked in prime form. Other counties would love to have his consistency at the top of the order. He nearly departed in the 40s when he appeared to be caught by Rafiq of his own bowling. While the bowler celebrated, the umpires conferred and gave the batsman the benefit of the doubt. A closer look does not really make it any clearer. Unperturbed, Jefferson hit Rafiq for a huge 6 in the same over to bring him his 50, made from 83 balls. Now in his 3rd county, Jefferson, who has the advantage of a very long reach, is enjoying himself at Leicestershire, and he was certainly taking a liking to the spin of the young Rafiq. New was being left in his partner's way, but he was still doing his job at the top of the order just as well. He batted through the whole of the afternoon session, by which time he'd shared in a 100-run partnership, and one which had certainly put his side in the ascendancy. His 50 came off his 137th delivery, by which time Jefferson was closing in on 3 figures, but it was a fine knock nonetheless. He, though, became the latest batsman in this match to get out before he could go on, edging a pull shot off Clare to go for 52. That ended an opening stand of 141, and 15 runs later, Leicestershire were 2 down as Paul Nixon top-edged an attempted big hit off Chesney Hughes. He was out for 7. That brought the little and large of county cricket together. There's about a 1.5 foot difference in height between James Taylor and Jefferson, which must make them, as a combination, very difficult to bowl at. One man's pleasure may be the other one's poison. Jefferson tasted the joy of his second 100 of the summer before the close. A superb effort. His ton had occupied 165 balls, of which he'd struck 12 for 4 and 1 for 6. It also put his side into a great position. It was the 16th 100 in a career which has been held back by some unfortunate injuries, none worse than when he missed a lot of cricket after putting his hand through a window. There is no doubt that he is a smashing player though, and he finished this day strongly as he went on to 117 by the close. Thanks to him, Leicestershire now have control of this match. They will resume on 201 for 2, trailing by 104 runs, and will look to establish a commanding first innings lead on day 3.